All right, everyone. All right, we're back. All right, welcome to I think we're on part 5. Moving a lot slower than I thought we'd be moving on this project, but been really busy here. So, um, yeah. So for sure, we're about to finish the Gigantamax. That's 100% what we're going to be able to finish that today. Uh, then after that, we'll just move our way down into Gen 8 and just keep going. The goal is by tomorrow. Let's have Gen 8 done by tomorrow. Yeah? Not like start of tomorrow, I mean by EOD tomorrow. Uh Gen 5. Sound good? Or excuse no, not Gen 5, Gen 8. Jesus Christ. Hope everyone's doing well. As you guys see, I have the non-shiny I have the non-shiny version of this done already. Anyway. Mm, dude, 55 months. Oh my god, dude, thank you. Is my mic on? Okay, yeah. Man, I appreciate that. Can hear you? Okay, good, good, good. Stop. Hey, man, it's almost the weekend. Yeah. I couldn't start the stream any earlier today, everyone. We had a doctor's appointment today. It's just a follow up. There was nothing crazy, no like exams or nothing. Right? Well, we're all good. I just I just had too much to do. I couldn't come on earlier today. I want to thank everybody who's picked up a pre-order of this shiny version already. I actually wasn't expecting a lot of people to start picking them up until like we got closer to being done. Because I mean, like, you want to see what it looks like before, right? But a lot of you, I appreciate the good faith that y'all, that we all have amongst each other here. That you trust me to do this, and that you know it's gonna be heat when it's done. So, oh, you have a shine. What is it? You talking about on the small one, right? Huh. See, I don't like. I do so many little variations, like one-off variations that I mix into the stash. Sometimes I don't even know like where they go. I don't know who gets what. I don't know when I lose them. But that's kind of cool. Yeah, because like when I change when I change the spin to patterns, I get people asking like, "Oh man, how many different variations of the how many different spindles have you done?" I was like, "Shit, I don't know, man, a lot." Oh yeah, I watched it. I watched the trailer. Um, I'm not like before I watched the trailer, I wasn't really super hyped about it. I was just like, it feels really soon for another Superman movie. I figured James Gunn was gonna do a good job. I know. I was like, all right, that'll be fine. I'll catch it on like streaming or whatever. That trailer's heat. I thought that was amazing. See, that's what we were talking about yesterday about trailers, where I was just like very like lukewarm on it on that Superman movie, and then I saw the trailer, and I'm like, you know what? All right, sold. So from now on, I'm done with Superman information. Okay, one of the things that gets me into it more than anything is that there are already established other characters in there. Like we ain't gotta wait around with the promise of a Green Lantern showing up. Guy Gardner's right there. You know what I mean? Like he's like, if we're gonna do this, we're just gonna do it. And that elevates like my interest in it. Because I'm just like, all right, cool, let's just get to the point. Let's just go. Oh, if you stick around for 4 more movies, we might show you a Green Lantern doing something in a flashback, fighting Darkseid or some shit. No, let's just go. Let's just go. It's just um but yeah, in regards to Superman as a character, I don't really see how you can mess that up. It is what it is. I mean, you can mess it up, but I'm just saying. You know what had an incredible trailer? No matter what you think of the movie, um, Superman Returns, which I think was 2016 or 20. No, it's 2006, I think. Oh my god, you want to see a trailer? The teaser trailer to that's like one of the best trailers I've ever seen. Like you didn't even need to make a movie. You could just drop that trailer. Yeah, but Zack Snyder wasn't making Superman. He was just making like Alien Man. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Superman Returns. You ain't gotta watch it, but I mean, that trailer's good though. You ain't gotta watch the movie, but like the trailer's good. Okay, so we need. I think next is we need a reference picture. So done by Mega Septile. As a kid, I always thought Superman was just way too overpowered. Like, who the hell's going to stop this guy? Yeah, I mean, like, even the over the years as they've created different, versions of him, different variations of him, he just gets like gradually stronger. Um, so you have to take like the the oldest version where he's just he could stop a locomotive, you know. Then it's just this escalation where it's just like, oh, he can move faster than like time can perceive. I'm like, oh, come on. I remember when there were genuine discussions about who would win. Like this was before Rebirth, but it was like who would win in a fight between Superman and Doctor Manhattan. Like the fact that we have to have this discussion already kind of just shows like that's like Superman's too much on a power scale level, right? Or the whole Superman versus Goku discussion. Where it's like no matter what your argument is, it's always just like Superman wins. Or like no not argument, no matter what your reasoning is, the answer is that Superman wins. And to me that's always kind of annoying. It's the same thing where it's like no matter what the situation, like Batman wins. I'm like, oh man. Pretty sure Vegeta could handle that real quick. All right, so we're done with Lapras. We're gonna switch over to Garbodor. So let's save the file, and then I have to go pull up the color references for Garbodor, and then I'll be right back. All right, so it looks like Garbodor's color palette is the same, other than the no, the plain. Okay, the toys change color. Oh, never mind. Oh, everything changes color except for the brown parts on his body. Okay, so when this is done saving, we'll continue. Where's the surprise Pikachu face? I know I have him in here somewhere. I don't remember where I put him. Nah, I'll find him eventually. We'll have to color him in eventually. Oh, dude, I opened up the back of my computer today. Because I needed a cable for my wife's computer, so I just yanked it out of this. It was like an extension cable, and I was just like, oh my god, I have like clumps of dust back there. So I gotta. When we're done with this Pokemon project, I'm gonna have to open it up and like deep clean it, and I really don't want to. I needed an RGB extension, and I didn't want to buy one, so I just yanked one off of mine. So like three of my lights are off now. I'm just like, whatever, dude. I don't give a shit. What you got going on this weekend? Staying in, playing games, saving cheddar? There you go. At this point, that should be everybody's plan. That should just be what everybody does. Let's let's feed the economy through Steam and Xbox. Ark in the YouTube chat, what's up? Would it be faster if I just had the non-shiny version up the whole time? That way and then I can just then I could adjust the colors in real time kind of thing. Would this be the superior method? Then I'll know where all the colors are. But that's not fun. Nah, this is more fun like this. Sorry. I'll do that on my own time. So the question is, what dimensions is the canvas? It's 14,165 by 21,892. Yeah, the first couple cores on my CPU are screaming at me. The other ones are chill, but those first couple ones are like, oof, look at them go. I'm trying to share. I have this color right here that I'm actually going to use as the universal white, because on the non-shiny version, non-shiny version, I was using like complete white, and that was like years ago. And I've definitely grown past, like my taste in colors has changed, and I almost never use like flat out white for anything anymore, because it's like so aggressive. So I'm color picking this because it's like the white that I'm using for everything. How long have I been working on this? Well, this is an old project that we're revisiting. The original project, I clocked 890 draw hours on it. Um, and the very first version of it I did was actually like 10 years ago. So what we're doing here is like a shiny recoloring, kind of like it's like a celebration to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the project. So I'll let you know what the total work time is, including the recolor, but the count of the original version was 890 hours. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I mean, I have a good time when I work on this. Any time I have to come and revisit this drawing, we have a blast. I enjoy it so much. Especially now, I've been wanting to do like a shiny recoloring of it for so long, and it just feels good to like come back to it and be like, "Oh yeah, this is, you know, yeah, not very articulate with my words today. Quite tired." But you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I've worked on some other projects. I have a an every Dragon Ball character, Dragon Ball Z, GT, Super drawing that took over 1,000 hours. That was fun. See, this is not. I think it needs to be a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's a better color. It's a little closer to what we're looking for. Oh, dude, I appreciate that. Yeah, this is gonna be the last time we do any kind of like update or work on this drawing for a few more years. So I'm actually just like trying to. I'm like savoring it because I have some projects next year that they're all, let's say, a lot more demanding than stuff like this. So this is kind of me celebrating the end of the year, surviving another damn year. I don't know if anybody noticed, but the Gigantamax Garbodor has like a set of fish bones coming out of the bottom of them. It's a Magikarp. Just in case you didn't notice. Oh, Daniel in the Instagram chat. So good to see you drawing. As always, brutal work. Cheers from Hey. Well, thank you. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I'm actually having a lot of fun with this one. It's well, first off, there's no line work to what I'm doing right now. Line work is done. The hard work is done. So I'm actually having a really good time with this. Thank you. Yeah, I, for sure it's not 2025 when it's going to happen, but I do plan to start going to more international shows. Um, I can't believe how long it's been, but in 2020, the original plan was to do almost. I mean, I had like 6 or 8 international shows, and all that got canceled, and then like it just hasn't really worked out for me to go back out like that far. But going international is definitely in the it's in the plan basically. But so everyone be patient. I'll get out there soon. All right, Daniel. Thank you. That's amazing, right? The idea that there's like people from just like you don't even know where, from anywhere, just watching you draw. Isn't that nuts? You take that for granted sometimes, but that shit is crazy. Don't mind the mic thumping. That's like a little too aggressive. No, that's better. Hey, what's going on? Back for another round. Appreciate it. How's your day been? Oh, Super Mario, what's up? So you haven't been able to draw, and putting the stream on motivates you? That's good. Yeah, you just leave this on and draw whatever you can. Super Mario. Hey, I'm doing well. Just back to it, you know. Yeah, no, I just had a lot of like family stuff to take care of today, and that's why the stream started a little bit later. I'm estimating the stream will probably be 2 or 3 hours max. Um, I still have things I gotta take care of. What's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh archetype? And was I any good? I was. I think I was pretty good. I was. I was like regional level good. Uh, the archetype I had the most fun with was Chaos Dragons. That's the one that I had the most fun with. So one I had the most success with too. I would only like I would take it to because I never not never I got tired of playing meta decks like net decking after so many years. I never liked doing it to begin with to net deck, but it was the best strategy for winning. But then near the end, I was just like, I'm fucking tired of this. So I built Chaos Dragon deck and it did really well. It's because nobody had any counters to anything I was doing in it, and it would catch them off guard. And I'd do like dumb plays with it, like shenanigan plays, and it OTK so fast, and then it recovers so fast if like something goes wrong. You could top deck. There's like half the deck is a top deck, you know. So Chaos Dragons is always my favorite. But I think overall the most success I had was always with anti meta, and I think that's true for everybody. Yeah, I spent way too much money on Yu-Gi-Oh because at the time all I did with my life was I'll wake up really early, I'd go to the gym, then I'd go to work, and then when I got out of work, I'll just go to the locals, and that's like literally that's all I did. That's like nothing else. So, yeah. Those are like the only aspects of my life. So, I was very much just like, how much are tour guides? Shit, let's go. Give me 3 of them. There was Do you want to know what actually made me quit? Would I ever do a Yu-Gi-Oh themed draw mall? I have a Yugi versus Kaiba piece that has all the monsters that Yugi and Kaiba played throughout the show. I could pull that up right now in case anybody hasn't seen it. Why is this lagging? Oh my god. Yeah, it's my favorite one. Like of all my big character pieces, the Yu-Gi-Oh is my favorite one. How does it sell? It does really well. It does really well. So it's like everybody knows Yu-Gi-Oh through either friends or at some point somebody played or when they were younger they had cards, you know. And I don't mean like competitive level. I mean like everybody, right? Everybody. So it does really well. It does exactly what I thought it was going to do. That's funny you forgot about that one though. And then we'll go in with a brush and actually cuz you know how there's like a lot of pixels that don't get colored in when you do the paint bucket? When you use the paint bucket tool, there's always a lot of pixels that don't really get filled in all the way. When we're done paint bucketing the whole drawing, I'm actually gonna have to go back over the entire thing and use a manual brush to clean everything up. But that's later. That's a future us problem. Yeah, what's your current work time on it? What's your ETA for when you think it might be done? It's so hard to guess the work time on projects like this, but uh, oh, we have a this Clefairy doll, which is actually the same color in the shiny version as the non-shiny. So I'm actually gonna color pick. Just gonna color pick from the oops. Okay. So I think Garbodor's finally done. So much going on. See what I mean when I say the Gigantamax Pokemon are going to take the longest because they are the most detailed and the one that we're going to be putting the most amount of effort into shading. Um, all right, that's done. Oh, Venusaur's next. All right, let's save it, and I got to pull up the color reference for shiny Gigantamax Venusaur. This is a good shiny. This one's good. You know how I say that like I'm not a fan of Pokemon whose shiny form is like very similar to their base form, where it's just like kind of different. Like Garbodor's basically the same thing, but like the rocks are different colors. But and then just like some of the rocks or some of the junk on his body is different colors, and then just like his green turns into a teal. Well, shiny Gigantamax Venusaur, like every color is different. Everything is slightly different. Okay, so while this saves, I'm gonna go stretch really quick. BRB. What y'all know about Inshore? I need to get an Inshore sponsorship. Thanks, Mega Shake. All right, back. It's it's still saving. Come on. Oh no, Garbodor again. Oh, God. Wait. Yeah, okay. Jeez. Any tips on how to effectively place so many characters on one canvas? Um, you for sure, one of the mistakes that I made in the earlier like my earlier big collage pieces. So for example, this drawing is really cool, but it's kind of all over the place. There's no real like composition to it. Well, I mean there is now that I've added the Gigantamax Pokemon as a frame. Before the Gigantamax Pokemon were placed in here, it was just like nonsense everywhere, right? So I think the thing that you need to focus on most when starting placing characters is just your general composition. Like what do you want the eye to follow? Um, I'm gonna pull up a couple here to show you. I'm gonna show you some good examples and bad examples. Okay. Now, mind you, I still really like all these drawings, but I could be critical of my own stuff. You're not allowed to, but I am. Okay, so uh, we'll put these ones to the side really quick. All right, so these first three I'm going to show you are some of the earlier ones, right? So the league drawing was the one I did right after the Pokemon piece. Um, I mean, because I was so set on drawing them based on like in lore size, that dictated like everything. But when I did it, I was just like, okay, I wanted to make sure that not too many of the same colors are near each other, you know. So and this is the same thing for the Pokemon one. I don't want like Wailord and Wishy Washy right next to each other because it's just like a giant heap of blue right there, right? So with the League, I mean, it's easier to read than the Pokemon one because there are fewer characters. Um, but overall, it's it's pretty messy composition wise, right? But at the time, that's all I was capable of. That's all I was keeping in mind. The Marvel vs. Capcom one, um, on top of it being very oversaturated, I still love it though. That was intentional. There was a little bit more emphasis. Like if I were to do this again, I would put Cyclops and Ryu in the center, bigger, and then put all the characters behind them. But at the same time, still kind of messy. Like it's kind of all over the place, right? So when you're putting your composition together, who do you? It's Hero, so I assume Neos is going to be the. If you had to pick a single character for the focus to be on, I'm assuming it'd be like Neos, right? So here, the Dragon Ball is kind of where I started picking up a little bit more like focus because I was just like, well, obviously I know who's going to be the focus of it because there is a main character. With Heroes, I think there is a main character and it's Neos, so I think that's who you should focus on. So you would put the main character or whoever it is you want the main character in that drawing to be. It doesn't have to be Neos. It could be anyone. So Um, you have Neos in the center, and the other main characters have the corners. Okay, that's cool. That's good. Um, yeah. So you see, with this one, I put Goku in the center, and then I use the dragons to kind of frame everything. Those are my only things. I was like, okay, use Goku in the center, frame it using the dragons, and then uh just kind of fill in the rest of the space. Honestly, it was that. My points were Goku in the center, dragons will be the frame. Fill in the negative space with all the characters. Do your best to try and scale like so, and then it was just kind of a game of like, don't leave any empty spaces. All right. So luckily, none of these characters are drawn to scale. Um, so it was a lot easier for this one to just kind of make sure I didn't have any like holes, any empty spots. So yeah. So when I was saying composition, my points in this one were again Goku, frame, fill in the space. That was my thought process there. And then it was like the same idea with the turtles piece. The four turtles are in the center, and then the lines that I use to separate. See all the lines here to separate the different background pieces. They all lead your eye to the center, which is the turtles, right? Because it goes clockwise, so you're kind of following it, and eventually you're just gonna go into the center of the drawing. You're having a problem with the scale because there are heroes like Gaia. Well, you don't. Here's the thing: you don't have to draw them to scale. And once you don't draw one of them to scale, then you don't have to do any of them to scale. Not to like in universe scale. I think it's much easier if you scale them based on importance. So like we have like Bubble Man, or excuse me, you have Neos in the center, we have Bubble Man, Avion, Clayman. What and the electric one, I forgot his name. Sparkman. Uh in the corners. You could just have them bigger. And once those are your focal points, you honestly don't really need. If it makes it easier for you, you don't have to draw them to universe scale. You can, yeah. I'm trying to visualize how I would do that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so this one was easy composition wise. I just put a big strike down the center, and it's just separated that way, right? So it wasn't really. And then I actually did use. You see the characters in the foreground. Another way you could frame your composition is like I have these characters in the front, or they're the foreground. They're keeping your eye in the drawing, right? It's like when you take a photograph, you don't want like little bits and bobs on the far right hand side because then like it draws the eye off the page. You want to have like a building or something to stop it. Actually, when it comes to Ready to Rumble, what am I streaming on? Everything. Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Trovo, TikTok. Yeah. So if I'm answering questions that aren't showing up, it's because it's from someone on a different platform. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. The Overwatch is my favorite of all of them when it comes to the composition. Simply because of Tracer's blue, blue streak right there. It's the most fun out of all of them, I would say. Yeah. Oh, Leo, I appreciate that. Oh no, I've lost my place. No. You know what? His leaves are the same color. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and magic wand to this from the non-shiny version. Yeah, so you want to take all those things into consideration. Like, don't ever feel when it comes to figuring out the composition when you have a lot of characters. It's your drawing. You do it whatever you do it however you want to do it. Um, just know that you're probably going to be moving stuff around as you do it. As you go along with the drawing, you're going to be moving stuff around. That's why I actually don't start one of these projects until I already like have the image in my head. Why do you think it takes me so long to start doing one of these? Is because, well, one, I don't want to start one because I know how long it's going to take, and I'm just like, and but because I'll sit on the project and not start it for a long period of time because like I kind of don't want to commit to it. So by the time I finally suck it up and start the project, I've had it kind of boiled in my head I've had the image in my head boiling for so long that I can just kind of just like throw it onto the page. So when it comes to figuring out the composition, I actually don't have that much problem with it. I'll always want to change things, but I always have like a really strong starting point. I guess another way to say it is I don't try to force it to happen. It's like the difference between yeah, like if you have a dream about a drawing and then you're trying all your might to try to get the drawing out looking the way you dreamed it instead of the other way where you're like, "Oh, I need to think of a drawing from scratch." So, I'm sure that, since it's a project I'm sure like you're passionate about, I'm sure that you've had some idea in your head of what you wanted it to look like, right? Like long before you started, I'm sure in your head you're like, "Oh, I already like you visualized it." Just try to remember that and then just do that. Mm. Oh, Hold on, I'll get back to the chat. Let me fill in these spots before I lose my place. The hell? Yeah, I'm like lost in this drawing. Well, I think that's as close as I'll get, and then any empty spots I'll have to just go fill in later. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for coming back around to these parts. Warlock, what's up? You're all right? Hey, you know what? At this point, if someone's having a good day, that's all you can really ask for. It's like the end of the year. Everyone just seems so tired. Or that's just me. You're definitely pretty tired? Oh, that's everybody there. I'm definitely getting sick. I'm 100% getting sick. The only reason I haven't like crashed yet is because we're working on this project. This always happens. The moment we're done with this project, I'm gonna get super sick. My body is in like anytime I do long projects, either myself or client work, or I have a big convention to work, I could tell that my body is just like holding off for dear life. And then when I get home from the convention or I finish that particular project, I'll be out for like 4 days. I already know it. Once we're done, I'm gonna have like a fever. But I'm gonna have a fever and holding this shiny print though. Big thank you to everybody who has made a pre-order of this print. Sorry. I was expecting um I wasn't expecting to make sales of this shiny print until we got closer to the end where people could see it. So to get as many as we have so far, I appreciate the vote of confidence you have in me. Yeah, it's looking pretty heat though, right? It's looking pretty good. Yeah, the extra effort we're putting into the shading for the Gigantamax is definitely a step above what we had in the non-shiny version. Uh-oh. Are we still streaming on the Instagram? Oh my god, I hate Instagram Live so much. Hold on. I press one button and like the whole thing crashes. All right, hold on. Yeah. Okay. All right, Instagram, we're live again. Jeez. Mm. I have uh we got like 20 or 30 pounds. I can't remember how much was left of pork that I have to organize, like weigh, and then put into the freezer. My puppy is like allergic to like everything, so we have her on like a real food type of diet, and like no kibble. So I mean pork is cheap. It's like 1.99 a pound, right? So it's not a big deal. But I buy it in bulk, and I gotta like butcher it. I like butcher it up, and then no, yeah, she's fine now. Like we have it all under control. But my point is, I have to do like meal prepping. So every like 2 or 3 weeks, I have to go and get a big old chunk of pork. It's like pork butt is 1.99 a pound where I'm at. I'm in California, so yeah. So I buy like 40 pounds at a time, but then I have to by the time you're done cutting off like some of the fat and then there's bone, it's still cheap, yeah. Pork butt is cheaper, but I mean that's why I get it. No, but yeah, so I have to like organize all that into like bags of 2 pounds because that's how much she eats per day. So I have to do all of that whenever my wife wakes up. And she just texts me like literally right now. Holy crap, that's bizarre. You know what we can do? We just got to get rid of the normal line art, and then we should be able to see what the Gigantamax. Oh my god, that's how we're gonna do this. Duh. Get rid of the line art of the non-Gigantamax, and then we'll be able to see. Look at that. That sucks. Will the dog ever make an appearance on screen? Oh, I show my dog on stream all the time. She's just asleep right now, next to my feet. She has a one of those electric heating blankets on top of her bed because the we have to keep the house so cold for my wife's condition. It's like it's never hotter. Like 65 degrees Fahrenheit is the hottest it ever gets in here. I mean that's good for the thermals on my computer because that's just like cold air, right? Uh but like that's why when we stream like during the summer, you ever see I'm wearing like a jacket or I'm always in a sweater or I got something going on all the time? That's like survival mode. This puppy was raised in the cold. Born in it, molded by it. You know, if I was playing games or something, I just run everything. I just run everything stock. Oh, you know what? No. I switch on I because I have a uh I switch on PBO and then I use Nvidia's auto tuner to squeeze a little bit of extra out of my GPU, even though it doesn't really do anything. But I'm just like, shit, I'm not gonna mess with this. I'm not gonna go into Afterburner and start dicking around with it. The graphics card was like $800. I'm not gonna mess it up. If I have to go in there and dick around with this GPU after $800, then I that's you know what I'm saying? Like I shouldn't have to do that. Am I gonna watch Sonic 3? No, you know I haven't actually watched any of the Sonic movies. I know people love them. I know people say they're good, like they're fun, and I actually like Sonic lore. I'm a fan of Sonic lore. Um, but no, I'm not gonna go watch it. I I have a huge list of things that I need to watch and catch up on, and I promise you, Sonic the Hedgehog is not a priority to clear on that list. But it's got Shadow. No, I hear they're good. That's awesome, right? Like, I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog, it's hard to make a good game out of that concept because you're just running really fast, right? And then as long as you have access to one ring, you're essentially immortal. You just have to try to not fall down somewhere. Um, I don't know that unless you start changing mechanics, like Mario's cool because um because you're doing more than just running with Mario, right? And then they change the gameplay, the mechanics of like different Mario games, RPG, tennis, whatever, right? Sonic's just the same shit over and over. Even Sonic Racers, where where uh we're not running for some reason, but we're going real fast. It's the same thing. Like, but you could make a you could oh dude, I was gonna say you could make a movie. Did anyone watch the old Sonic cartoon? Not the one where he's eating chili dogs all the time. I'm talking about the one with where the intro's like Sonic the Hedgehog. You know that fucking. I think it showed on USA. It was like really dark. Uh, like his relative got turned into a fucking robot. Like they killed him and turned him to. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, that shit was good. I think it ended on a cliffhanger. But yeah. Oh, that was good. I like that show. Here, at least in the U.S., it showed on the USA Network. That shit was good. It was before your time. It was hard to catch it because I never knew when it was airing. That was the struggle of the '90s of trying to entertain yourself in the '90s. You just never knew when things were showing. So, did anyone ever watch Pirates of Dark Water, or was it Pirates of Blackwater? Did they pull a Yu-Gi-Oh on that and censor it to Dark Water? Anyway, so Pirates of Dark Water, I love that show. Okay, this is probably before a lot of y'all's times. I've been saying this for years, all right? So Pirates of Dark Water is about it's like if Moana was good, where there's like a corruption that's spreading through the ocean, and it's like it's a very fantasy esque pirate setting, and yeah, basically if you collect these gems, you go around and collect these Infinity Stones or these Chaos Emeralds, um, you can get rid of the Dark Water and save the world. So it's like a Cowboy Bebop kind of thing where you're following this group of like pirates going around trying to gather the Dragon Balls, right? A few years ago, Disney released a movie called Raya and the Last Dragon. I swear to God, it's the same plot. It's like beat for beat the same plot, and not just like coincidences. I promise you, it's the exact same plot. And the moment I watched Raya, I was just like, Pirates of Dark Water. But because that shit's so old, nobody knows what I'm talking about. And I sound like a fucking psychopath old man when I start, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, actually, yeah, exactly. Now that's not my fault for pointing out old shit. That's y'all's fault for not knowing what I'm talking about. All right, hold on, I gotta message my wife back real quick. I've reorganized all the windows here, so now I can actually see all the chats and have my little I have a dedicated window here. It's a little chat box with my wife because like she has to go knock out every now and then and she'll have to like hit me up when she needs me. So I have a dedicated window here where I can talk to her. So you're saying a Sonic draw 'em all? I've considered it. Sonic the Hedgehog has definitely been on the perhaps list. Speaking of Sonic, is anyone here um following Dragon Ball Daima? So I'm not gonna spoil anything because I'm like 2 episodes behind or whatever. But there's this new character, and I'm just like, this is the laziest shit I've ever seen. And it reminded me of that I'm not Sonic, I'm my own character, Blonic, right? No, you should. I don't like the Sonic like draw 'em all has definitely been on the table, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. But I think that would be a good like that's a good choice if you decide to go that direction for your next one. I think that's a good choice. I mean, like you, you got people have to remember it's Dragon Ball. They can do anything. I mean, they can do anything with that. They've they've gone to space. They've gone to other world. Death. They've gone into a multiverse tournament with essentially God. Right? You can do anything. Oh, we're in the demon realm now. Okay, well, here, let's just do this shit again. I'm like, oh, so that to me is like the biggest like sin of what they're doing in Daima. I'm just like, so you guys go through all this effort to get rid of GT, and then you guys just do GT over again, and then you're like, oh, we're gonna go explore like more lore in Demon World, and then you just do that again, and I'm like, why am I? I don't? That's my fault, honestly. I shouldn't be surprised. You see that superhero movie? It was just Gohan Cell again, but not as good. No, but you don't get it. This is Gohan. This Beast Gohan though. You know what that is to me? That's that's like no, I'm not gonna say it. Anyway, but yeah, I'm just like I get it's not like the worst thing in the world. It's fun to play the hits, right? But it's like you can do anything with Dragon Ball. And you know what? You know what? I would say Super was a lot of that was GT derivative anyway, because like the whole Goku Black arc, is that not just Baby from GT? Is that not just the same thing? Right? Oh, oh the You know, it's like, well, we can't think of a more powerful enemy. You know what's powerful? A Saiyan. Let's make it evil. How? Okay, we're gonna have these creatures take over Vegeta, and he's gonna be the big bad. And it makes sense why he's so strong because it's Vegeta. All right, let's just do that, but like with Goku instead. It's the android arc and the baby arc put together. Yeah, how hands on was he? He had hands on all that money. All right, everyone. This was fun. My bad. We didn't really. Oh man, we didn't get shit done on this stream because we're goofing off too much. All right, so all right. I'm gonna end this with one note. I hate Gohan. No, I hate what they do with Gohan. It's fine when he was a kid and he had like the potential in him, but didn't the Elder on Namek unleash the potential? No, 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 the real potential. Okay, you're talking about when he got pissed off and hit up Cell, right? I mean, kind of, but not really, not real. That's not his real potential. Okay, so you're talking about when he pulled the sword out and he became Mystic Gohan, right? That's what you're talking about, the potential. Yeah, yeah. No, but for real though, when he goes Beast, that's his potential though. For real though, like, and, oh, he got a free power up during Super right before the Tournament of Power too. You guys remember that? He got a free power up there too. So, anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. I gotta go take care of some house stuff. I gotta take care of some stuff here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Um, Next time we'll for sure get more done. Okay, I'm really tired today. We're just kind of goofing off. But anyway, thank you all for hanging out. If you are interested in getting pre-orders of this, that is available now in my online shop. The link to my shop, I dropped it into the chat, or it's on the description or my profile, and basically everything you guys are watching me on. Thank you very much, and I will see y'all next time.